El Paso is unique. We have 5 major ports of entry from Mexico to the United States. So that provides an obstacle for us because there is illegal drugs crossing into El Paso through those ports of entry. And fentanyl is one of them. And we have seen the increase of fentanyl in those smuggling operations. So it increases the danger to our employees due to the exposure that they could have from the drug. So it's a dangerous proposition for the users and for law enforcement.
I would say it's very common. We see these cases every day, whether it's for possessions, whether it's for overdoses, you name it. The numbers are there.
Back in the days, marijuana was transported in bulk, took trailers. It took trucks. It was transported 100 pounds at a time. Fentanyl is very different. Grams, ounces. It's easier to smuggle for the smuggling groups, and it's harder for us to find because it's in smaller quantities. Early in my career, I served as the sergeant in charge of one of our narcotics units for 6 years, and fentanyl wasn't around back then. And it was marijuana, cocaine, heroin, methamphetamines, and seeing the increase of smuggling in fentanyl is alarming because the drug is cheap to produce, and the profit margin is incredible for these organizations, but the danger level to anybody that comes in contact with it is through the roof. It's like nothing we've ever seen before. Just skin absorption can cause an overdose. One of our officers, if they get a whiff of a large shipment, then they may not even know it. They walk into a room, can prompt an overdose. So it provides an interesting dynamic on how we approach calls for service, how we conduct undercover operations. It's changed how we have to do business every day.
Now anybody could play the part or play the role of a dealer. You could be looking like a pastor. You could be dealing. You could be looking like a high school teacher. You could be dealing. It all just depends who falls under those traps and who's going to be willing to provide that void and give that supply.
Dealer doesn't have a profile. There's no type. Dealers can be anybody that is looking to do harm to our community by selling this drug. That's really what a dealer is. They're looking to gain a profit, and they're not concerned about the safety of our children or community members when they're selling this. So, anybody's a dealer. And we can tell you, just be on the lookout because internet sales occur, Facebook sales, Instagram, social media is a very lucrative marketplace.
Unsupervised social media is one of the things that has made a lot of people have access to it very fast. Parents aren't supervising what their kid is using and not using. And a kid anywhere from 10, 12 years old are messaging adults. And this tends to create a large problem. Not only are they gonna fall into possible uses of drugs, the prostitution or human trafficking. And that's where it comes down to parents not supervising the accounts their child has created.
Parents need to be on the lookout of what their children are looking at, what their teenagers are, who they're interacting with, and, make sure that they are not falling victim to a fentanyl dealer.
One of the things that I feel that most parents do nowadays, we're forgetting the concept of how to be a parent, and we try to be a friend. We need to be a parent 100% of the time because we're there to raise and make sure that hopefully they're productive members of society. Unfortunately, sometimes we tend to see our kids as friends, and that's where it doesn't work out to our advantage.
Everything's demand driven, from cars we buy to meals we eat to drugs. Really El Paso is a gateway, and the fentanyl passes through here because it's more profitable for them to move it to cities such as Denver, Detroit, New York, where the profit margin for the organizations that are smuggling the drugs is higher. Where it may sell for $5 here, the same amount will sell for $35 further north in the United States. So the ultimate goal of these organizations is to move the narcotics is far north where the demand is high. And that's, it's a way for them to increase their profit margin. Our job really here is to seize it, to get it here before it makes it up north. And, our law enforcement does a good job. Our federal partners do an outstanding job. And working in collaboration with them is important to keep not just El Paso safe, but other communities in the United States safe from this drug as well.
We will continue doing what we do best, trying to make sure that everybody at the end of the day gets home safe to their families and their loved ones. And I mean, for those people that are users, we're here to help. We're not here to just arrest. We want to make sure that those individuals get the help that they need and they deserve.